YouTube, it's me, Caleb. I'm finally back. Now, I still can't edit my videos, but I'll keep on waiting on that. For now on, my videos for now is just gonna be like this, uncut, unedited. I don't care. As long as I make a good video with a good message, that's all I care. This topic is about the reboot for Blue's Clues. For some of you that may not know, I auditioned, and here's my name tag for when I went to Nickelodeon. Unfortunately, I didn't get a call back, so I don't think I'm gonna be Steve. This was the most unbelievable thing that's ever happened to me because I grew up watching Blue's Clues so much. I watched it every day when I was a kid and even now. There's never been a day where I don't talk about Blue's Clues, and this was my biggest shot. There is one thing I want to show. At my audition, I was wearing this striped shirt. Now, they uploaded a YouTube video about people coming in, and in that video, I'll put the link in the description, by the way, you will see me wearing this. It's going to be very fast motion, but you'll know it's me. And that's proof that I was there. So, this is going to be a short speech of my experience and what I think about Blue's Clues and what I would have done if I am the new Steve. I'm still technically waiting because, who knows what might happen, They are considering this one guy. In my opinion, I honestly don't know about this. But that's my opinion, So, the experience was fantastic. I went to the Nickelodeon building. I looked around. There was a lot of great, Nickelodeon animation characters like Ren and Stimpy as statues. There was Tack. There was, Pillows with Mr. Krabs, Plankton, Squidward. There was, some other Nickelodeon animation characters there. And, I walked in with a complete blank slate because I was so new to auditions. I did not know what I had to do. I didn't know where I had to go. But I was prepared when I had my sample script, when I walked in, and I did my audition. It was a whole lot of fun. And I really thought, what do I have to look like for this character? I don't want to copy this guy. I don't want to give them... Because they want a new Steve. They don't want a copy. So, I thought, what gimmick can I add to this character that could make so much sense that this other guy didn't think of? For me, that was autism. Because in real life, I have autism. I am born with an autism that I feel like holds me back from so many things. I thought this would show a negative in my resume, but completely honest, that's not a negative. I'm not ashamed about my autism for what I can do because, I walked in fighting my autism every day and I'm conquering it through life and productive living. So that's really hard, especially for a child. One thing about this new Steve is he has to be relatable to a kid's certain situation. Kids today are struggling in math or their grade, or especially bullies. They often get picked on at school for their religion, their skin color, their race, especially their disability. Kids today are so picked on today for their disability, and it's very sad. So for a long time I've been praying about Blue's Clues. I was praying that I could be the new host one day if the show ever came back as a reboot, and it is, and I went there and I auditioned. Now, this is one of my biggest opportunities because you know why? I have autism, and what is the month for autism? April. When did this audition take place? April. What is the main color for autism? Blue. What is the show about? Blue's Clues. What do I have? Autism. All this revolves around one answer, that I was there with my autism in April, and the show is all about this blue dog. Now, I am aware that I have to pantomime this invisible dog because it's animated. It's not real. And I'm aware of that. But Blue's Clues has been there so much for me when I was a kid that watching it so much, I almost feel like I didn't have autism because this guy, Steve, the green striped shirt, the original Steve, was so fun and he was so relatable to a kid's certain situation that I immediately liked the character. And I want to be that new guy for the kids. Except I'm reaching out to kids with autism because I know how hard it is for a kid today to go through school and other productive living in today's world with autism. It's hard today. It really is. This video goes out to everyone here that was either at the audition or anyone that, was considering about Blue's Clues and actually knows about the reboot. This video goes out to everyone. And I realize I'm not fun and energetic right now, but believe me, I love to work with kids. I work with puppets and a lot of other stuff. And I considered Blue as my real friend. And I considered Steve as my real friend. Because when I was a kid, I used to never really make a lot of good friends because of my disability. I'm very delayed in talking and thinking. And I'm very delayed in, speaking properly. I tend to stutter and I tend to mess up my sentences like I did in this video earlier. This is all improvised. I didn't make a script or anything. This is all uncut. This is all now. I am thinking about this on the fly. I am very aware of today's world that there are these shootings that happen in Florida that these are kids that had a future, and Blue's Clues is seriously the best show ever for a kid because I feel like I want to make this reboot for a kid to watch and actually want to go to school because this new Steve reaches out to autism and supports kids to don't give up, just go on no matter what. Even if a door is closed, even if you do have autism, it does not stop you. Because the hardest thing about life is yourself. And sometimes it's either what you're born with, it's either your religion, and people tend to pick on you for that. And I am sick of that. I mean, here's my religion. I'm a Christian. Now, if someone else was Catholic, they would get picked on for that. Or if someone was a Jew, they would get picked on for that. And me as a Christian, I'm an easy target at my school for believing in God. And that's the hardest part about life. But I fought my way through life. I didn't care. And, if they hire me as the new Steve, I can literally make this message out to kids. I can literally, support kids in every angle. Autism and always believe in yourself. Because I feel like we should all do that for kids. Kids are the strongest human beings. And I believe that they have a future. They have a life. Just like we do as adults and teenagers. They're people like us. But sometimes we tend to forget that because of all these shootings. And it's like I said before, it's hard for a kid to go to school with autism. And it was hard for me when I have autism right now. It's still hard for me. I go to school as a senior and I still get picked on for that. And that's really hard. I am aware that I don't have that many years of experience with acting. I'm still technically a beginner, but I didn't care. I let God motivate me to this audition. He told me, your parents are not going to be with you. Your drama teacher's not going to be with you, but I am. And I allowed him to help me with this. And here I am now talking about this whole thing in this video. I came in with this new shirt that I bought just for the show. Because it's stripes, but it's a different color. It's a whole new Steve. It's a whole new look. This show is perfect for me in every way. It's like a medicine for me that cures my autism because this blue dog is the main color for autism, and Steve has a friend. And what made this new... Sorry, let me rephrase that. What made this original Steve so lovable was that he reaches out to kids as his friend. So, he talks to the camera, to these kids, that makes them feel like that he's their friend. And so is this blue dog. I want to be just like that Steve. I have said that as a kid before. I have prayed about this reboot before. I've prayed about auditioning for this reboot before. And look at me right now. I'm standing here. I got this name tag with blue right there. It was the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. This goes to show that you really don't give up. That you really don't just walk out on your own story. Because we all have our own story. And if we walk out on it, what kind of a story do we have here? You know, what kind of ending do we have? That's all I really gotta say about this whole Blue's Clues thing. So, it really is a hard thing for a kid today to do all this kind of stuff when they get picked on, and it bothers me. But just to let you guys know that I am really happy that I got to be there, that I really got to fulfill my dreams of ever becoming the next Blue's Clues host. And even though I didn't get a call back, even though they might choose a female or someone else, all I can say is use autism as your motivation for the show. That's all I gotta say. It's the perfect message for kids today. And I would have definitely made that message if they chose me as new Steve. But I recommend that for you. I walked into the building and I looked all around. I see all these fantastic fans who have potential of becoming Steve. I believed in every single one of those people that had the opportunity to be Steve. And I believed in myself. I believed in everything up to that point where I had a 6-week preparation. So, yeah, that's the end of this video. I'll make another video to give a shout out to to 2 dudes who are super funny on YouTube. I think these guys are great. Hopefully they'll watch it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's boring. I know I'm monologuing here and there's not any music or edits. It's just uncut, but I think messages should not be distracting. It should be meaningful and should be emotional. So I think this would be great for my channel. I can't edit, I can't do anything. So my videos from now on will be messages and meaningful messages. Speeches, shout outs, all that. That's all I gotta say for you guys. I love all my fans. I love Nickelodeon. I love Blue's Clues. I consider all this my life. I would have never made it to that position if it wasn't for Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues changed my life forever, and this reboot will change lives for so many more. For the fans that have kids today, because I absolutely believe we all have a story. My story started with Blue's Clues, and I feel just like a kid again. I feel like I'm starting my story again with Blue's Clues. Because I entered Los Angeles because of Blue's Clues. None of this would have ever happened if Blue's Clues was not part of my life. Or anyone else's life. That's all I gotta say. Peace out. Bye. That's right. I did that catchphrase again.